And how much can you do without people in a world where part of the future of warfare is drone technology?
I'm structurally skeptical there. That's where the fantasy goes. Fantasy, terror,
fear.
Negative, yeah.
Yep, fear and fantasy both. Go on. Tell me your skepticism.
That actually there's a fair amount of human judgment required for any of these things. What the soldiers need, what our uniformed service members need, is an Iron Man suit, something that gives them much more efficiency, much more effectiveness at doing the job that they're already trained to do, but is too hard to get done right now.
But why do you need the person inside the Iron Man suit if you could just build the Iron Man robot that has the same capacities?
I'm not sure you can. First of all, I'm leaving aside just military doctrine that there's always going to be a human on the loop. That's just
right.
how military makes.
Well, that's a related question, right? Since we've been talking about the kill chain, so much of the kill chain assumes that you have to have a human being in the loop when you decide to fire a missile or kill someone, right? That's the moral side of this. But you're arguing that just practically you can't imagine a world where that element is taken out.
I don't think it would work the way that people think it would work in the Terminator nightmare scenario. I also think there's an element of this where it's more of a difference of degree than kind. So we tend to think about it as like, okay, we have these autonomous weapons that are going to be built. Well, if we go back to the 70s, we have fighter jets with radar that see beyond the horizon, see things that the human cannot see, that tell you, hey, there's an enemy aircraft here. So that kind of sounds like an autonomous weapon. Sounds like we've had autonomous weapons since the 70s. There is a kind of sensationalism around the present moment that makes it sound like, hey, this is a difference of kind. And I think I'm saying it's a difference of degree, actually. And that, in the context of having a human on the loop, we're just extending their capabilities.
But there are lots of people, maybe not at Palantir, but in Silicon Valley, who think that, they are building machines that will be, and in some period of time, better than the pilot at making the decision required of them of, when and how to pull the trigger, right? And there's a level of superintelligence that's possible through AI. We are racing the Chinese to achieve some level, and that level, like the atomic bomb, gives you this kind of super advantage in military conflict. And in the end, that's much more of the whole ball game than figuring out, the right way to improve our kill chain loops right now.
I'm super skeptical.
You're super skeptical.
Very.
Tell me why you're so skeptical.
Because
Give me more.
Think the secularists in Silicon Valley are filling the God-shaped hole in their heart with AGI.